on there?
No.
YAJ effect. YAJ.
Hey, Will Smith, you don't get around, dog.
Welcome, everybody.
Welcome to YAJ. To YAJ.
Welcome to the jungle. It's like a jungle in here.
Today is 8/1/20, August 1st, 2020.
And what a year.
And before I say I love my family, I want to say happy birthday to my youngest daughter, who turned 17 today.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
August 12th will be my oldest birthday. September 11th,
Oh no, 11, 12.
12th, it'll be my second grandbaby's birthday. Mine is the 14th. I'll be 49.
Of September.
Mhm.
We're in August.
I'm saying next month.
Oh.
I got 2 in August and 2 in September. Then I got 2 in October
And 1 in November.
and 1 in November. And the reason why I'm getting to this point, y'all, is this. I say I love my kids and my grandkids. And hello to everybody who tuned in.
Hello, hello.
I had really nothing planned or nothing to say because today I don't feel like talking about nothing about current events. Because the simple fact is, Veronica Rose and I, Antonio, Will, the Buzz Lightyear brothers, and Bradley. The thing that I want everybody to understand is I had a great meal today. We went to Chewy's, and we had some good food. I had a good
A
time.
lot of food. Oh my gosh.
And yeah, it was actually really good. We delivered there, but it was so busy we never had a chance to go. But getting to the story, and I was enjoying the company of her daughter, her boyfriend, and his son. And in the eyes of a 9-year-old or any child, we tend to forget as adults how big the world was when we were small. Huge. I mean, swimming pool was the biggest. Then it became the ocean, a lake,
Very.
pond. But to how the world is still big, to them everything is old. And listening to everything is old.
Yeah, we're old.
Same thing we used to say to our parents. But the reason why I'm getting to this story is because we work hard every day. When you turn 18, when you turn 21, there's a whole different. Kids start a life, then the work begins.
Yeah, but it's like, oh my God, I used to be this and now I'm here.
Yeah.
And that's like my daughter, she's 23. I think she was 20 and she called me up. She was like, Mom, I'm ready to go back to school. I want to be 15 again. I want to go back to school. And I'm like, well, I told you not to rush it.
Mm-hmm.
Now you're out there in the world.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I tell a lot of my kids, don't grow up too fast.
Nope.
Because once you grow up too fast, that's it.
Yep.
And I've had a few of them come to me and say, you were right. And I'm like, it's not that I want to be right. It's just that the fact is, I was there too. We were children too.
Yep.
Some of us remember and some don't remember nothing.
Or do we just plainly forget that some people, there's two sides. Some people go ahead and often live their life, and some people struggle in life. And you're looking at strugglers here. And this is the part where I don't talk to people who have made it and become successful, because those are the people who actually go through most of the majority of their life with no flaws until that moment happens.
No, some of them do have flaws.
Now that moment happens where they've been with a spouse for a certain amount of years, they die, or they get a divorce, or a child dies, or something that breaks that exterior. And believe
Yeah,
me,
that's true.
because there's a lot of people been married for 75 years, and one of the spouses died, and the other spouse is just they've lost their best friend.
And I've seen that happen. I've seen where the spouses are so close when one loses the other, the other one's not far. And I
Yeah,
hate to say it's too far behind. I
Yeah.
mean, because when you are close with somebody like that, that happens.
Yeah.
Now there's some that they pass away and they move on, and it's still sad, but they still move on and stuff. Now losing a child, and I've seen it firsthand of a parent losing their child before them, and that's the hardest thing that you can ever do. I have not lost a child, but I have seen people that have lost their children, and it's the hardest thing that you could ever go through.
right.
Wow,
Nobody's on today.
we got two eyes.
Oh, two eyes. Okay.
We might have more eyes, just don't show.
I mean, I could talk about chaos.
No, we're not going there.
But today I'm taking the day off.
Well, before we go any further, let me give my trivia so we can give it an answer at the end. Kangaroos can't walk backwards. Is that true or false? I'll let you know the answer at the end if you're watching. Anyway,
to get back to the story, and before we wrap it all up, I just want everyone to know, through blood, sweat, and tears, and for those who don't understand what that means, those who do understand what that means, please teach that to your children about blood, sweat, and tears, because the thing that you're supposed to do is pass on to the next generation, like, look, I'm no longer going to try to carry you through your problems. You're going to have to walk through your own. Because if you don't learn now, when are you going to learn?
but you can't hide things from children either. Like when somebody passes away, yeah, at a very young age, I'd say that's hard, but there's got to be a medium to where they learn that, people do pass. They need to understand that, I've told my kids, and of course they've seen a few things themselves, and I've told them, it's not an easy thing. And, it's hard.
Mhm.
You've got to be prepared for that.
Just like you should be teaching them. And I'm a true believer of this. God is first. You are second. Everything else falls into place. Because instead of worrying about what their sexuality or what their preference are, why don't you teach them stability? I didn't have all that. And it took me a long time to understand that. This is why when you talk to a child, their conversation is totally different, because their conversations are because you had to claw, scratch, fight, rob Peter to pay Paul, you many sleepless nights, your blood pressure's sky high because you get an eviction notice. I mean, the list goes on, because they're not nowhere close to being an adult problems. And the thing is, if you were part of our generation of latchkey kids, we've been on our own forever. But the whole thing about it is, we had to also, it took us late in life to understand about our feelings and understanding about caring for our children and understanding what they go through. The thing that I want people to understand is that, like I said, it's okay for a man to cry. It's okay for a man to show emotion. It's okay to tell your kids you love them and hug them. It's okay. That crap that our dads did, leave that crap alone. Because the whole thing about it is, one thing about when a kid looks up to a parent, and I'm not talking up or walked away when they truly didn't. The whole thing about all this is, when you understand emotional attachment, then you can understand why it feels that way. Because to them, they know their parents got their back. It's not the other way around. It's that you got that kid's back so he can be a kid. By the time he's able to grow up and to become a young teenager to get ready for adulthood, he should be start to have all the traits he needs to move on. But we all know he's going to waste it away, or she going to waste it away in drinking and weed. We already know that. We already know that. But by the time they hit 21, they should be getting ready for settle down mode, career, possible family. But as my dad always told me, after you get done playing around with your life, when you turn 21, you start adding 10 years. What are you going to do by 31? What are you going to do by 41? What are you going to do by 51? Believe me, what he said was, if you have accomplished anything by 31, you're going to be in trouble. And he never lied. He never lied. He might have been drunk, but he never lied. So am I really playing catch up, or have I learned how to build a wall to secure everything that I'm trying to do and only let the people I trust in? That's the difference. That's teaching. So if a child doesn't want to hear that, they're going to have to struggle.
Yeah, but it takes time for a child to hear that. But you also need to teach kids. That's one thing I can say now is you need to teach kids to, when they go to the store to start paying for things and stuff, learn how to do money, learn how to take care of things as they grow up.
Yeah.
You can't just cuddle them and do it for them. You've got to let them do it on their own.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, guys, since nobody's on, we're moving on.
We did have 6. Now we got 4 people.
Oh, okay.
All right. Do we want the answer?
Yeah, give the answer. Take so long.
It is false.
I mean, since you come from
Their
that
thick
area.
tail stops from. Their thick tail stops them from being able to walk backwards. That's why. Don't be choking up now.
I can't help it. I mean, he's from that side of the world, so he should know all about kangaroos and piranhas and
That's
alligators.
Australia.
Who? He's from over there. He's a neighbor.
I think.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, the number that I'm showing you right now is our landline. If there's things that you want us to talk
That you
about,
never call.
and that's why I'm showing the number.
No,
Which
Buzz Lightyear
is-
called more when he was drunk.
804-588-9302. Landline. Call if you need to tell us something or if you want us to talk about something.
I just suggest to leave a message because I'm not.
Oh, the voicemail is on there, so you can leave messages. If we don't get you, the voicemail, we'll listen to it and we'll pass it on.
Your fingers broke off. Why AJFA? Why AJFA?
Why
Good
AJFA?
night, y'all.
Why
Have a good weekend,
AJFA?
rest of your weekend, and we'll see you on Tuesday.
Go, go, go. Oh, snap. I'm Will Smith in the house. I'm Will Smith in the house. Party people. Party people.
Party people.
Happy birthday, daughter.
Happy birthday and many more.
It is YouTube on Tuesday. So you just like bust all of my rhymes, right?
Welcome
Yeah.
to YAJ. Welcome to YAJ.